Team Orion is proudly sponsored by Gecko Cards, your go-to store for all things Yu-Gi-Oh! Check out the link in the description for great deals, fast shipping, and to help us out. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Team Orion. I'm Chris, and here we've got Nathaniel, who recently got 7-2 and is invited from the UK Open. What position did you come, Nathaniel? What did you play?
I played Yumi Mitsu and I finished 22nd.
After Swiss. So you got 7-2. Very impressive record. Shall we just get into the deck then?
Yeah, we can get straight into it. So we'll start with the main deck. So the best Yumi card, Marshmallow. It's just the best extender in the deck. You can play add it off Cupsy, 3 Cupsy, 1 Cookie, and then 1 Lolly. For the Mitsu engine, I played a smaller package, so we just play the 3 Hab, the 1 Merakumo, and the 1 Sagi. It's just to minimize how many bricks you have in the deck, but you'll still see Sagi loads.
You always see Sagi.
For hand traps, we have 3 Ash Blossom. It's still a bit underwhelming at the moment, I believe. Like a lot of the matchups, you just still have to have it for Draco Tail. Last minute, I shoved in 3 Ghost Spells into the list. This again was for Draco Tail. I never actually ended up playing Draco Tail, but it actually come up a lot. Protecting my stuff from beast steals, dodging call buys. It can be very impactful if your opponent's not aware that it's coming. Yeah. And then finally, we've got 3 Draw and Lock Bird. It's just the Mitsu stopper. It can just help in so many different rogue matchups. Next, we have 3 Furos. We just need this to keep up with some of the decks in the format. You can slow Yumi's turn down
by a decent chunk because they're always trying to figure out how many draws you will give to Furos.
By the time climbing for Yumi all the way to the end board and having Arclight protection and stuff like that, it's like they would give you a good 7 draws if
they've went full combo.
Yeah. So then for the spells, 1 Surprise and then 1 Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is just always as good as it ever has been. Just having a little bit of actual protection to just some of the draws in the format is like really good. You can use them on Mitsu cards if you've already baited out the prayers first. And then in the main board, I was playing 3 Dark Ruler. So this pairs really well with Fu, for example, with Yumi, because like for them to actually end the board, they'd have to give you a lot of draws, giving you time to get to your Dark Rulers, and you have these game 1. So it's just way easier to break like K9's end boards and Yumi's. Because if the K9 end board actually cracks, it's really hard for it to actually come back and build anything because they actually don't have that much resources overall. And then I played 3 Droplets. This is to deal with the Azunas and Arthalions. It's like just having something there that we can just stop them and just not allow the Foolish, for example, or the Quick XYZ. So when I proc Azuna, I make sure I stop the Lupus and then board wipe it. So then I know that their Lupus has been banished, and that can just help keep the grind of the game in your favour.
Did you feel like Dark Ruler and Forbidden Droplets were necessary in the main at the end of the day?
Like, I only had like probably 2 games where I directly had like 3 of them in a pair, but as long as you still have like relatively good combo, you're kind of okay because Droplets are still good going first, and if you're still looking at a Yumi name plus Habikiri, it's like you're still really strong in that position. You can play through Ash. The strongest there would still be Droll. But if it's Hab plus Yumi, we get both the Ritual add and double Cupsy Way add in the same chain link, so we don't get drawn until after that. And we're also chain blocking Cupsy Way from the Ash, then they can hit the Sagi, because even if the Ash Sagi, we'll just rotate through Arclight and get the Ritual spell through there. And then we still continue with the full Mitsu board anyway.
That's
with
fair.
The full Yumi. The 1 minion, I don't play the other field spell, but minion's obviously just the best card in this deck. It just helps beat over everything, and it's just consistent monster reborn. And just sometimes just having hand traps and a minion up, you can just go this into the Salamangreat, and then you just have a link up to just reborn and just do full combos. Probably I say the actual worst card of this weekend for me is pre-prep.
I think we both came to the conclusion at the end of the day, it's like, it's so annoying having specifically pre-prep and mirror. Even having just pre-prep, I think we both came to the opinion, it's like, it just feeds into draw way too much.
It's just arguably, like, for this deck, it's like pre-prep, theoretically, if you start on pre-prep plus this card, it will end on, like, the full board, rotating through Zombie Vampire to the Yumi, but you'll also have prayers, and you'll have the trap, because this gave you the mirror, so both your ads went for either prayers or the trap. you'd only get one of them if it was just a hab, because this gives you both. But every time I draw this, there's always a mirror as the card after it.
Yeah.
And then obviously free prayers. It's just the monster reborn for a board wipe.
It is an amazing card.
I also like, very specifically for this deck, 'cause we play a smaller package. When we have like Habikiri in hand plus prayers, we'll activate Habikiri and they'll always chain a Fua there. So what we can do is chain the prayers tribute at Habikiri. We'll add the Sagi from the deck, add it, special it, and then there's no target in deck for Habikiri to resolve, so they'll never get the Fua draw, and then the Habikiri will add you the ritual. So at least you can get to ritual plus trap and like a Sagi on board, and then you can try and summon a Yumi, and it's just a really good way to try and minimize the impact of Fua. And then we play one ritual spell, one of the mirror, and then one trap main board. The trap main board is because there is a big trend to shift to Dark Ruler in the main, so I just always want to have an out, and typically I prefer this on my end board than prayers if I have the choice. If I don't have to go through Zombie Vampire, because they wouldn't be on board, unfortunately. But if you can have extra prayers, it can be really good, because you can prayers back it after the Zombie Vampire and then set up the trap, so where it might not be the best. But then your IP moves into Dynamundo, so then you can always rotate back the board wipe. So next we'll move on to the sideboard. Oh, extra.
We'll do extra deck first, saying it's on top.
So then I'll say the best card.
Yeah, Arclights.
It's like, it helps to control Draco Tail. It's just slowly, even small discard through like Merakumo, and just slowly just grind them through their own engine. You just slowly take away pieces that people don't necessarily, even just as simply as prayers tribute a ritual. It's like, it's just one ritual in the banish. It might be one of the Habikiris, but it minimizes. We play one of each of the Yumi Synchros. All of these are just
amazing in their own right.
Yeah, it's like, if there's a double Monster Reborn, double Add, and double Book of Moon, they all just function. And there's many ways that you can use Cookie to just benefit the situation overall. And then we play the Sorokat. Sorokat is actually a really good card. It's like free IP material, and then you rotate it back into Arclight. You can use it to do a double Arclight if you don't have to rotate it back. It's like, there's a lot of useful benefits, and even if you like under Fua, it's like you can set it up and sort of quick cycle
during your
Arclight. So if you can. And then Zombie Vampire, this is the connector for Mitsu into Yumi. You just summon it in the extra monster zone, mill 4 cards from both decks, and try and hit any Yumi name or a draw on either player's side of the field, and just summon it. And then you'll turn this into the Gravity Controller, and then that is full Yumi combo from that side. So Salamangreat, this is just for the normal summons like Ash Blossom and stuff. It just helps some of your weaker lines.
Makes a hand trap into half a Yumi combo, basically.
It means it's like, so I had a match where my opponent had a double imperm set. So if I had just gone like normal summon my Yumi statue, I just instantly just lost the game.
Yeah.
But because I just went hand trap this, summoned the guy, and then go into Cupsy, it's like you can't imperm Cupsy or just tag out because I have the one. And I get the double add. It's just too much at that point, and that's just from wasting a more charming majority of the time to summon this, because that's what I usually summon this with most of the time. I must have summoned at least 3 Perulias and 4 Meows to kind of turn into the...
Yes.
We've got 3 Snatchy. I was originally playing 2, and I was playing like a Link Karibo, but I just decided to go back to more. I think I did end up using all the names a few times this weekend, so I'm kind of glad that
we put in the third Snatchy in.
IP Masquerina. This card has actually won me a lot of games. It's really versatile in this. So what you can do is you can always go into SP, as we all standardly know, but we have now Gorgon as an option. So stuff like, I had a Tenpai match, and just tagging this into Gorgon when they summon then Genroku allowed me to just stop the Genroku from physically playing, and it just allowed me to just win the game. You can bring this in line with Liger Dancers from Lunar Lights. So you're just a little bit bigger to battle over them. If it's made with IP, it can't actually be destroyed by Liger. What is an incredible option. And then finally, the Dynamundo.
Pretty much. It's another target by IP.
So if we don't want to banish, we're going to go and shuffle it into deck instead, and then we can rotate back to a board wipe anyway when we feel it's a bit more appropriate. So I felt like the main time I went into Dynamundo is when my opponent summoned Lurie from Fiendsmith. So it's like I'd rather make sure that goes back into deck than feeding it to the engraver. What kind of worked out really well.
So let's look at the side deck, the choices that we chose against our potential matchups.
So first, we'll go with Retaliating Sea.
The Draco Tail out.
I did not play Dracotail. I'm kind of happy that I played this. Is like Dracotail's a very scary match for this deck overall. But paired with Gorgon, it's like going first. This is just a turn skip because you can summon this, and if they have the Milulu, because it's the counter to the Retaliating Sea, you can always chain IP into Gorgon, cut off the Milulu from fusing, and then make the force fuse under the Retaliating Sea. So it's just a good option. I also sided 2 double Cyclones. This just allow me to resolve my ritual spell. Is the real answer.
100%.
Just trying to dodge stuff like Flame on any of my spells, and then also Precious Sting is an incredible option, because if they are attempting to negate the ritual spell, we've not actually popped the Mitsu Bodies Engrave. They'll just be a Sagi, and we're not really bothered about losing Sagi in this kind of build. So as long as we can force out that Sting there, it's like Horn's just not enough. So it has to be the only options that's actually left for them at that point is really Famine to try and push any further. For the Mold Charmies, we just play Free Perulia. This is for the canine matchups. I bring it in for Yumi. And then we have Mialis. So all of them are just for Malice in general. So we couldn't directly play Lancia, so it's like if we have access to these, just plus our standard engine, we just have to grind through the back row and try and play through the double Vanish, and then the triple DD Pro really, and then what other engines they have. Solemn Judgment, I never ever saw Solemn
Never
Judgment
saw it either.
this weekend. It's a 43 card list, so I never drew it. I play the
Cross out.
and the Talons in the side. I could have it in main for draw, but I just don't think overall it's just the greatest. I like to side it in one and keep my Dark Ruler in when I know I'm going first, and that's the option for players. This is really good in Yumi matchups, obviously, so we just might as well keep it around. And the other option for it is I side the one nib, because we have to respect the fact that because Dracotail's end board is not actually enough. But what's actually really scary is the nib at the end of the Dracotail's end board. So as long as we can counter that most of the time, we should be pretty solid to just win the game, hopefully.
Right, brilliant. Thank you for showing off your deck, Nathaniel. Thank you all for watching. I hope to catch you for more Team Orion content. See you guys later.